Ooh, JJ and Deacon, they're the ones in the know. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
Like $95 billion to foreign aid, but zero to the border. That's the United States Senate, gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. How you like our intro? It's a pretty good intro. Pretty good intro song. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is rumble.com/JJW or youtube.com@your_2_dads. It couldn't be simpler unless there were no underscores or @ symbols. Aside from that, you're smart. You can figure out how to look in the description below and how to subscribe. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, who's
Hi,
my
Deacon.
little buddy down here?
Oh, that's our Lycan. He's a subscribe. He's a scribe down there below you. So he's a subscribe.
He is a Lycan scribe.
he's a Lycan some scribe. He's some scribe. Just some scribe.
How stupid are we? That's not even our idea. That wasn't even our idea. This is the people that watch us and that hang out with us.
Yeah, I'm claiming it though. I made it look that good.
That was Dave's idea. Dave had a different idea. His was different.
Yeah. He wanted two things. Whatever.
See my
Ahsoka.
I got this from two of the sweetest little girls on the face of the planet.
Yes, you did.
They gave me this cup, and it's my favorite Star Wars character out of all of the Star Wars characters ever. Ahsoka is my absolute favorite. So
cartoon Ahsoka is pretty awesome.
No, the character Ahsoka,
yes,
is the best Star Wars character.
See, it's pretty cool. Cartoon Ahsoka is dope.
I'm going to. I do have some Star Wars news at the end of the show. I want to get a little geeky.
Did I mention this? Yeah, we'll definitely talk about Star Wars. Did I mention the blue bonnets there?
No.
Painted by my one of my daughters.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't sign it. She just gave it to me.
I have in my chest of drawers, in one of the cabinets or one of the drawers, I have a stack of drawings, coloring pages, notes, stuff that my kids have given me over the years. And those are some of the most precious things to me. I don't care about, besides people and animals, that's probably the next thing that I don't care about money. I don't care about jewels. I don't care about any of that. That is priceless to me. That kind of stuff is priceless.
Because it's a memory that you're holding in your hand. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Okay.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to. I want to say welcome to our Twitch viewers, because we've had some Twitch viewers. We had one Twitch viewer the other day that he ended up saying, I saw it after the show, that Zigzag on the Bag. Wasn't that his name? Zigzag on the Bag. It was an awesome name. He had a show on Twitch, and he said it's very similar to his show. So I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but I'm going to do that today. I want to look him up and see if I can find it by his name. Zigzag on the Bag. All right, let's get
Zigzag on the Bag.
It sounds like some band that you would see back in the 70s. Where you going? We're going out to see Zigzag on the Bag. They're playing at the old levee. All right, so sorry. So this, if you go over to our Discord server above JJ's knit stocking hat, you will see our Deets playlist about halfway down the page. I like the hat.
It's cool.
And the playlist, I have one of my irons in the fire is to make a Spotify playlist, but it's not the hottest iron in the fire right now, so to speak. So just go over there, listen to the songs. This week are songs that I consider, Deacon, perfect pieces of music. Okay. And yesterday we had an acoustic version of In Memory of Elizabeth Reed. Excellent version. I asked my son Alex this last night, and his answer was immediate. He did not even have to think of an answer. And Ashley, I was like, what do you think? She's like, I don't know. I'll have to think on it. And she's the bigger music fan, you know, that has the more musical knowledge. So today, long story, I know, but these are important pieces of music. And this one may surprise you today, JJ. Today, this piece of music is called Top of the World. It is from the Last of the Mohicans soundtrack, written and composed by this man named Trevor Jones. This, like I say down at the bottom, this whole album is a masterpiece of music and should be preserved for generations, like Beethoven and Bach and Brahms and all. This whole album has, when I listen to this album, I have yet to be moved. And I had this audio cassette that I played in my first car when I was 16, 17 years old. I had this, and people would be like, you listening to classic music? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm listening to classical music. This is awesome. This is a very moving piece of music. The main theme is great. There is a song called The Kiss, where it happens during the kiss. There's the, I don't remember the name of this song, but there is one piece that is from the battle. There is a battle scene where the settlers and the military are moving, and they're escorted by some natives, and then the Blackfoot natives come in and attack them. It's great piece of music. I think it hits your soul. You know, it just moves you. It vibrates just right. So check that out if you get a chance. It's a wonderful piece of music.
Oh, it's Daniel Day-Lewis that is in that.
Oh,
I should
dude,
watch that again. I haven't seen
Last
that
of the Mohicans is one of my favorite movies. It's in my top 5. It is the best love story I have ever seen. It's the and you know me, I love stories, and I love telling stories and listening to stories. And Last of the Mohicans is the best love story I've ever seen in a movie. I love that freaking movie. It's one of the best movies ever created.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I haven't seen it though. It came out in 92, so I probably saw it in 93. So it's probably been like 30. Holy shit, is that 30 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
1994, 30 years ago, I was a junior in high school, dude.
Wow, 30 years.
Next year is my 30-year reunion. All right. So tell me about this top story, because I don't have a clue what the crap you're talking about in this today.
So, yeah. Well, first of all, we have a lot of things to talk about, but none of them are sensational and deserving a title. But this kind of is. Let me start off with saying this is apparently this is going nowhere unless that Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, lets us down again, which is honestly very, very possible. But over on the Post Millennial, it is reported that the Senate has passed a $95 billion aid package to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, and Mike Johnson plans to block it in the House. The only reason that this bill even got passed between your boy, yours, Mitch McConnell, and Chuck Schumer is that Mitch McConnell agreed to take border negotiation entirely off the table for passing the bill. So $95 billion, Ukraine, Israel, wherever, other places, $0 billion to America.
Look at that picture of Mitch McConnell. Does that man need to be in charge of pulling up his own pants?
We seem to in America promote quite a few people who maybe
are
not
are too old.
Are way too old.
I'm just going to say it. You're too old. Yeah, we understand you got a lot of wisdom, and you got so sit in that damn chair, and when I ask you a question, answer it for me, and we'll give you
a lot of experience. You know,
we're going to be in charge now,
especially in China. You got tons of contacts in China.
We want to be in charge now. We can do it because y'all fucked things up for so long that we know what to do and what not to do. Okay,
well, we know at least what not to do. We know what not to do.
Yeah,
stop doing that. So
we just do the opposite of what everything that y'all did. And we should be good.
Mitch McConnell I saw an article last night on this vote before they were taking the vote. Let me get him down. And Mitch McConnell declared that this vote for $95 billion was the most important vote that any senator will ever take as a senator. $95 billion. Look at that. That's a spot on impression right there. Spot on impression.
Hurt my eyes. Yeah. What are we going to do? Bitch about it? It's already done. It was going to get done, whether whoever said whatever or not. It was going to get done. They don't give a crap about Americans.
That's true.
They do not give a crap about Americans.
So Mitch McConnell,
they care more about those three damn countries than they do our country.
Yeah, it's probably not likely at all that they have invested interests where $95 billion goes over to Ukraine or Israel, and then probably none of that gets kicked back to these lawmakers, not to their cousins or their businesses or their buddies or their friends. No, there's probably none of that happening. None of that shenanigans.
Yeah, none of it.
Probably none. I lost the Mitch McConnell thing. So Mitch McConnell said this is the most important vote ever. Mike Johnson says we're not even going to
for every vote.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell's a POS. All right. Let's see. We also, speaking of old people, do you remember? Maybe you remember, maybe you don't. When Donald Trump was president and when he was running in the re-election, he took cognitive tests as part of his physical as the president. You have to every year you have to have a physical or whatever. He took cognitive tests, and Trump would go out there, hey, the best cognitive test that I've ever had, anybody has ever had. No one's ever had better. It's the best. My brain works the best. That's the kind of stuff he would say. Joe Biden is about to take a physical, and of cognitive tests, he is saying, I'm not going to take any cognitive tests as part of a physical.
No, because they are not trying to make it about cognitive tests. They're trying to make it about age. And if they say, okay, you're right, they're too old, you can't have Trump either because he's old too.
Right.
That's not what we're talking about.
No.
When we say a minute ago that you're old, sit in the chair, blah, 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 when we were making fun of that a minute ago.
Old and your brain's broken.
Your brain's broken. Your brain has stopped working.
Mitch McConnell just stopped like a robot ran out of batteries in
I know
press conferences.
I know a guy that's like 88 or 89 that lives in this county, and he is smarter and faster. I said the other day, he's been a farmer his entire life. And he's 80-something, almost 90. And I said, man, I sure don't want to race cotton. If he caught me, he'd beat the hell out of me. That 89-year-old man would beat the hell out of me.
Right.
I wouldn't stand a chance to this guy. So we're not saying just because you're old, get away. These guys they're Joe Biden is a freaking Roomba. He just wanders around like he's freaking don't know where he's going.
In most cases, age is a great way to guess that somebody's on mental decline, right? Because the older you get, on average, mental decline.
And there are some other factors that you would want to notice if people are on mental decline, like not knowing where the fuck you're going every single time that you stop talking, or not knowing what you're talking about, or bringing up the fact that you talked to people yesterday that have been dead for 2 decades.
Or announcing that, your son died in Iraq when he didn't die in Iraq, or
not having empathy for people who lost everything in their fire by telling them one time you had a small fire in your garage. Little things like this is things that normal people would point out as, oh, that's not right. Maybe something's wrong.
During
what do we know?
Press conference at the White House on Monday, Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, the best press secretary that has ever been.
She's the best
in the White House. Will not be taking part in a cognitive test as part of his upcoming physical exam. She said that Dr. Kevin O'Connor, Biden's physician, does not believe a cognitive test is necessary. Let me tell you.
We don't give a shit what Kevin says. Most Americans want it. So Kevin, I don't like that name anyway. Kevin
O'Connor believes Biden has proven his cognitive ability every day in how he operates and thinks.
Yeah,
all
okay.
of America
Every
believes
human
that.
does that. Every human.
we all think that's true.
Every human generates and thinks thoughts every single day. So does that
Let's do it.
we have cognitive
Oh, I
ability?
can never play these damn things on embedded.
And these guys are
All right.
doctors. Just because you
Yeah,
went to
it's a
school for
doctor.
8 years don't mean that you're smart. It
All
means
right,
you're educated on a certain subject.
We have some other horrible shit. I guess before we get to that, we'll talk about this. Hawaii just declared Aloha Spirit makes their judgments superior to the Supreme Court. So in this is kind of a funky story. I saw this morning on Revolver. We're going to go to a trans thing in a minute. Hawaii court has declared Aloha Spirit makes it superior to the Supreme Court. So in this case, essentially the Hawaiian Supreme Court has ruled that the Constitution of Hawaii guarantees absolutely no individual right to bear arms. And the judge in the case, yeah.
Huh.
I guess so. You can just say, hey, and I take this on two minds. On the one hand, I'm like, hey, your court can't say it's better than the Supreme Court. And then on the other hand, I'm thinking, well, Texas can say that, like we can guard the border. So, like whatever, we can just close the border. A Hawaiian judge argued that the standard should be tossed out, citing a line from a TV show. A TV show is his setting precedent. Quote, as the world turns, it makes no sense for contemporary society to pledge allegiance to the founding era's cultures, realities, laws, and understanding of the Constitution. The thing about the old days, the old days. That's from The Wire. He wrote that in a summary in a judgment here. We reject Wilson's constitutional challenges, conventional interpretive modalities, and Hawaii historical tradition of firearm regulation rule out an individual right to keep and bear arms under the Hawaii Constitution. So,
well, this is good because the United States will have to step into this one because this isn't going to be one of those, okay, we'll do what you want, Hawaii, okay? No, Hawaii is very vital to the protection of the United States. I don't know if anybody realizes, they think it's just a fucking vacation point, but that's the reason why we have Hawaii, is because it's very vital to the Pacific Ocean and for us to keep tabs on shit. Okay. We have a huge naval base there. Okay.
Right. I mean,
we don't want to get rid of Hawaii, but the government's going to have to, this is, you can't just let people go, all right, well, here in Kentucky, we're going to say to hell with y'all and we're going to do this. No, that's not how things work. Good try. You can go about it the right way if you want to, but you can't just say whatever. All right. And this is coming from a freaking constitutionalist person that I've learned better. The liberals will do whatever the hell they want. They don't give a crap what the Constitution says.
They don't care.
If it says that, they'll say what that article says. Oh, this is a bunch of shit from a long ass time ago, and this doesn't apply to us today. But if it's in their favor, they'll go, that shit's written in the Constitution, and we should go by it. So they're a bunch of damn morons. It's like dealing with a bunch of middle school freaking kids.
Yeah. They definitely cannot. They don't care what the Constitution says unless they can use it to hit you over the head and make you shut up.
Yeah. Oh, 14th Amendment says back in the Civil War, Donald Trump said that y'all couldn't do this. Well, fuck you. Jesus. Have you read that amendment, or you just looked at it on Facebook?
Got my pocket, Connie. Okay, we're going to talk about the Lakewood shooter. Lakewood church shooting suspect was identified as a transgender immigrant from El Salvador. It took just over 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, to determine whether this person was a boy or a girl, a male or a female. It was a female identifying as Jeffrey. It doesn't matter what his name is. Jeffrey something, and but it's actually a female. And this case makes me really, really sad because this is a female. I'm pretty sure the child that was injured and is not expected to survive was her child. So she was the mother of this kid. Yep. And transgender. So she was identifying as a male, and had written "Free Palestine" on her AR-15 or whatever long rifle she was using. She was put down at the scene by a sheriff's deputy, and yeah, "Free Palestine." What's up?
Notice how they got the AR that looks like a military weapon.
Yeah.
They look like
Military
soldiers would carry. Oh my goodness.
Military-looking weapon.
Stock and
Very scary. Yeah. So once again, a crazy transgender person has caused a lot of harm to people.
Oh, JJ, that's not the whole story, though, sir.
Oh, what else do we got?
Texas neighbor said that they tried to sound the alarm about the Houston church shooter for months. Years before the shooter opened up, residents in the small neighborhood said they had run-ins with the suspect who frightened them. 6 women who lived in the neighborhood of Conroe, a North Houston suburb. Huh?
Conroe. Yeah, it's
Conroe?
like up the road from me.
Said the woman, Janice Yvonne Marino, targeted them, harassed them, threatened them, displayed firearms, and made them fear being outside their homes. Late Monday afternoon, the women held a news conference in the driveway. The home described what they have been enduring and to criticize what they said was officials' failure to respond to the reports about her. No one should have died. No one should have been hurt. This should have been handled years ago, and here we are again, said Jill, the president of the Neighborhood Watch Association or whatever. She wouldn't give her last name, fear of retaliation. I don't blame you, Jill. Authorities said Marino opened fire Sunday after, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, they tried to tell him for a couple of years about this loony.
Crazy people. Crazy people. All right. So let's stay on this topic a little bit. We have a Democrat in Illinois is proposing a bill to redefine parental abuse. Oh, redefine parental abuse. Check this out. As refusal to go along with child sex changes. If you refuse to have your child medically mutilated, that's parental abuse, according to a Democrat.
This is obviously, look at that woman's face. Is that her? I can look at her and tell you one obvious thing really quickly.
Yeah.
She was not spanked as a child.
Probably not. All of these people with masks on that are carrying signs that are my patients deserve gender affirming healthcare. Every one of their names should be written down like in a public place somewhere. And because history will reflect very poorly on this medical malpractice of mutilating children. And these people should go down in the history books as some of the most awful people that have ever existed. To chemically castrate kids, to give them hormones that are not going to recover from, to ruin their lives because a girl likes to play with a robot. This is crazy. It's crazy. It makes me kind of mad. And here's one more story. This is I guess you could file this under earth-shaking, like good news. I don't know. A high jumper has obliterated the girls' state record in New Hampshire in a high school championship. So
a girl high jumper.
The girls' state record has just been demolished in
the girls' state record by a girl. Was it a girl that did it?
He said he was a girl.
Huh,
yeah. Sophomore
I couldn't
high
tell by
jumper.
his penis, but yeah.
Male Jock, who's male but competes as a girl, has won the New Hampshire Interscholastic Athletic Association Division II state championship. God, that's a lot of hard words to say. Jacques did not just win the girls' high jump competition. He obliterated their record by jumping at 5 feet 1 inch, which is 1 inch higher than any girl ever. Now, if he had been competing as a boy, he would have failed miserably because the lowest boy jump was 5 foot 8 inches and the highest was 6 foot 2 inches. But this weak boy is still a better jumper than all of the girls. So he has demolished the girls, and good for him, I guess.
Gosh, this is the exact same story about that swimming kid that was like 222nd place, and then he tucked it back, and then he got first place.
Yeah.
I think this is, look, unfortunately, in order to teach children that something is hot, You have to let them get burned. Okay? You can tell people all day long what hot is. You can describe what a blister is, what you can describe the whole process and everything that you're
Yeah.
going to go through down to the neurons firing from your freaking nerve endings. But they are not going to know what burned is until they get burned. They're not going to know what hot is. And unfortunately, this is the exact same situation here. Okay? We've been complaining for years about we're dads of daughters. We don't want to see guys do crap like this. It's going to take all of these freaking guys everywhere shattering records so that every time somebody looks up there on a girl's record and is like, well, that girl was at 10 minutes and that girl was at 6 minutes. How come there's such a big difference between 1 and 2 on every one of these until they start looking and go, oh, well, every one of these girls are guys.
Right.
Men are overall, as an average, men are built differently than women. There are exceptions. There are exceptions, but men and women are completely built differently. Men are more athletic than women. Like I said,
not just that. We have faster twitch muscles. We have higher bone density. You have just longer arms.
That's not being
ratio.
sexist.
I mean,
that is stating
biology.
a biological fact.
Yeah. So,
and just because you don't like the fact doesn't make it not true. That's like that history saying. Just because you don't like what happened in history doesn't give you the right to rewrite it. As a matter of fact, if history offends you, that's great, because that ensures that you will never do it again and you will learn from it. If you're offended by something that happened, don't get rid of it. Learn from it.
Wow. Speaking of learning from
these stories have made me a little. I can't wait till we get to our happy stories. This is
We're almost there. We just got to cover this one. I saw this last night. This is out of Buffalo, New York on Raw Alerts. I guess follow Raw Alerts on Twitter. This is great stuff. Have a listen to this, sir. We got a little breaking news last night. Oh. 45.
I can go check Lawson. For the info was from the Buffalo Airport Fire Dispatch. They said craft lost their rear door when they were flying over this area.
Yeah, right. So he's gonna go look for it. A rear door fell off a plane yesterday while flying in Buffalo. Just fell off, so they asked the officer to go look for it.
Well, I mean, sometimes shit falls off planes.
Casually. Hey, we had a door fall off. It's no big deal. This doesn't seem to be a good time to take up air travel. Not a good time. Like every single day we're having some crazy story about planes. Hey, wow, when I said we're almost out of the bad news, there's just a couple more. We have a rare case of the bubonic plague has been confirmed in Oregon. So we've recently had stories about killer fungus, some virus. I don't even think I talked about the Alaska pox that killed a guy. And now we have the bubonic plague breaking out in the state of Oregon. So that's happening. Bubonic plague might sound like an affliction of the past, but the bacterium behind the disease is still out there. It causes thousands of human infections worldwide, and the state of Oregon just confirmed the first case in 8 years. It probably came from a cat. So,
you think a cat is what done that?
I don't think it. They think it. Them Oregonians, them oregano folk,
or oregonians. I used to I had a bit about that on the radio because everybody calls themselves like that, Bentonians, Paducans, and then I lived in this little.
What's a Kentuckian? Is it Kentuckian?
Kentuckian. You just said, yeah, Kentuckian. I lived in this little unincorporated town for a while called Bose. And so on the air, I would do that. I would say, and if you're in Benton, you're this, if you're this, if you're this, I'm from Bose. So does that make me a bozo? So I was a bozo. The only thing in Bose was the First Baptist Church of Bose, and that was it. So
Bozo. You can be a
Bozo.
Kentuck instead of a Kentuckian. You guys could be Kentucks.
No. Kentucky. That was a native word.
While I was,
That's in
while I
Last
was-
Mohicans.
is it really Kentucky?
Yeah, he says that in the book, but in the movie, he's like they're going to Kentucky.
I need to watch this movie again. For real, like I want to. I was doing some research yesterday, making our new outro, which we're gonna have at the end of the show today. Hang in there for that, folks. And I saw a story that would have passed us by because I don't normally go to minafn.com for news, but it seems that the United States and the UK and Australia cooperated recently, and the AI robots passed their first electronic war test. So,
Sweet.
yeah. Now, so
Do
we've
you
been
want to
making
play a game?
we've been making jokes about putting robots with guns and AI in the field in combat. They're not jokes. They're actually already out there. The Russia and Ukraine.
If we're just now learning about it, they've been there for a little bit.
Well, they're so China has those dog bots with guns. Great job, China. Russia and a couple of other. Russia has at least something called the Marker, which I believe is an autonomous vehicle that they can use to transport ammunition back and forth up on the front lines. So instead of running ammunition with people, they're running it with a robot. And
this is cool. All the different countries. China has robot dogs. Russia has robot vehicles. America has robot soldiers. Yeah. Japan's going to have a giant robot Gundams.
They need to. Awesome. One up everybody. I think they're
sure we're not living in a video game. Are you sure?
It might be. It might be.
I got some AI news that might change your mind on that if you want to get to it. But
I should have pushed the AI button. The Trilateral Security Partnership successfully tested defense autonomous ground robotics, marking a potential significant step forward in integrating robotic technologies into the grouping's collaborative defense strategies. So they are out there and they have passed like tests. Now, before you put like guns on robots, obviously you do like simpler things like have robots navigate terrain and deliver like munitions and supplies and, you know, coffee and stuff like that. That was probably the biggest and most important thing I did when I was in the field in the Army, is that you'd get assigned to like KP for the day. And then you'd get up at like, I don't know, 5 or whatever and go pack up breakfast and then drive it out. You drive out coffee and breakfast out to all the different, deployments you had. You know, these guys are set up over there and these guys are set up over there and everybody needs to eat breakfast. So the KP crew goes out.
Everybody was glad to see you.
Yeah. And you rotate that job or whatever, but you show up with a like bucket of coffee. People not upset about that. That's probably most important.
All right. So since you talked about AI, I'm going to hit up this one real quick. All right. I'll post this whole thing in our Discord server if people want to read the whole article, but you can listen to the article as well. I see here, but this one was cool. I was like, oh my God, JJ's going to like this. Scientists have created the first functional 3D printed mini brains. So to TLDR, okay, they're using 3D printers, printing in a different way, in a different pattern. They're using this bio ink, and they had been trying this for years, but they couldn't get the bio ink to, you know, the stem cells and whatnot to communicate with each other and join and connect and whatnot. And with this new crap, they are, and it is teeny, weeny tiny. And they're connecting to each other, and they're thinking that maybe it's not working exactly like they want it just yet, but they're hoping that maybe this will simulate brain structure and how the brain talks to it, to itself with signals and chemicals and stuff. Okay. And they're hoping that maybe if they can do this in a lab, this can help with figuring out diseases like Alzheimer's and stuff like that with the brain without actually messing with, but they're still working on to get it to function like a brain, but it's very, very promising. It's a pretty long article, but it's not really a pretty long article, but I read the whole thing. It was really, really good. I'll share it over there in the Discord server. But I
Man.
like that kind of stuff.
I mean, I'm of two minds about that right away. First of all, like obviously we need to make a brain out of that so we can weaponize it and put an actual brain in a robot. And
see, I knew that's why you would want that story.
We definitely have some politicians that could use a brain replacement. So we could put that in some Democrats, just open a Democrat skull and print a brain in there.
I know a couple of Republicans that could use that as well.
Yeah, in fact, probably all of them. There's maybe 5 politicians that are not awful.
That I like. Yeah, 5 of them.
All right.
And they're all not from my state.
Let's see. We already talked about RFK yesterday, and we're running short.
Well, no, I wanted to bring up something in that.
Okay.
Where was that story at? Here it is. I wanted to bring here. I got it. I wanted to bring up something in that story. We talked about the RFK commercial. He apologized to his family about the commercial that used the old John F. Kennedy's 1960 presidential campaign. He still has it up on on his Twitter. Whatever it's called, posted or at the top of his Twitter page. Well, the guy that complained was Bobby Shriver, Kennedy's cousin. And he said, my cousin's Super Bowl ad used our uncle's faces and my mother's. She would be appalled by his deadly healthcare views. Respect for science, vaccines, and healthcare equity were in her DNA. She strongly supported my healthcare work at blah, 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 blah. All right.
Equity, healthcare equity. Healthcare equity.
Where's that again? EQUITY, equity, healthcare equity. Yeah, I thought that was weird too. That's why I stumbled on that.
And they stick it in
word.
there.
I know, that's why I stumbled there. I was like, is that the right word? That's not the equity. The super PAC. Okay, so this is what Kennedy wrote. After the day they had yesterday, it's understandable they'd want to put the focus on someone else, Kennedy wrote Friday. The DNC is in no position to assert morality over anyone. They refuse to have a primary and have worked against the will of the people in the past few elections. It's sad to see the party my family built crash and burn. So I just wanted to read that statement by Kennedy because that's not out anywhere. Everybody's like, oh, Kennedy had to apologize. Kennedy had to apologize. The headline everywhere, but you don't get down into it and read that it was his cousin got mad. He probably don't like him anyway. Hell, I don't like one of my cousins, and if she done something, I'd be like, come on. So I just wanted to bring that up real quick. I saw that. I read that Kennedy quote.
That's a correction because yesterday we were like, he apologized, but actually,
he apologized. He was like, look,
your butt is so
he said,
hurt
I'm sorry. Well, this is what he did. He did a perfect politician. He said, I'm sorry that they put that out. My campaign did not officially endorse that. That was put out by the super PAC, blah, blah, blah. But that commercial cost $7 million. Okay. To put on the Super Bowl, it was $7 million per commercial. And all politicians do that. That's hey, I didn't put that. Your two dads did not endorse that commercial talking about blah, 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 blah. We didn't do that. That was the committee to support your two dads that we are completely not affiliated with.
Actually prohibited from interacting with them. Like if there's an independent party that's supporting a candidate, they're not allowed to coordinate. So if
they do though, but they're not allowed.
No, they're not allowed. They're not allowed. That's definite. Politicians wouldn't break rules like that and coordinate.
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't do that. Okay.
All right. Any more crappy?
No, not really. Not really. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. We can go to fun stuff.
Okay. Where's my first fun story? Ooh, do you want to watch the let's do that at the end. All right. So I said Star Wars earlier. We were going to talk about Star Wars because of my Ahsoka mug. All right. So when you watched Revenge of the Sith, the third movie.
Yeah.
And there was the part with Mace Windu and Kit Fisto, and I can't remember the other two Jedi that were in there. They confront Palpatine in his office, right?
Right.
It's a very and they're confronting him as you are the Sith Lord.
Right.
And Palpatine goes through his crazy. I know a lot of people have made fun of his moves and stuff there, but if you look at Sith lore and fighting lore, it really makes sense. But anyway, at the end of that battle, we all know what happened to Mace Windu. Got his arms chopped off and force lightninged out the damn window. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Mace Windu, right?
Mace
As
Windu
soon as that happened,
went out the window.
Windu went out the window. As soon as that happened, I said, dude's not dead. Dude is not dead.
Yeah.
Dude is not dead. And my buddies were like, why is that? I was like, because he was one of the baddest Jedi masters. He wasn't one of the baddest Jedi. He was one of the baddest Jedi masters. He only knew, he knew a certain form of fighting that was prohibited from the Jedi. He knew that one. That's how his fighting style was different.
Right.
All right. So we've seen worse that
Yeah.
Jedi do.
Okay.
You think the baddest Jedi master? So I have this whole Star Wars role-playing story where these people meet this man with long white dreadlocks that's got these robotic arms that helps this village, and he's like the protector of the village and whatnot. And they never knew it was Mace, but they met Mace Windu in my story. Okay, he helped the party and did this, but he never told them who he was. I was waiting for one of them to ask her, but nobody ever did. So it was just kept my little secret to my story.
Right.
So yeah, there's Kit Fisto.
Yeah. Well, they went in there thinking that they were like gonna like arrest this dude, and he just
because they underestimated his lightsaber ability because they knew him as Senator Palpatine. They didn't know him as the Emperor, who is a master. I mean, look how he fought. He had the upper hand on Yoda the whole time. He had the high ground, but he had the upper hand on Yoda the whole time. Because if you watch that fight with Yoda and Palpatine, Yoda realizes in that fight that he cannot win, that he cannot beat Palpatine. So he retreats.
Right.
Yoda doesn't win that fight. He retreats.
Yeah, right.
Palpatine is a badass.
Yeah. Okay. So Mace Windu.
That crap.
Yeah. Mace Windu does not take him out here.
So no, yeah, here's the well, we're getting towards you're still a little bit. You'll have to fast forward until he gets taken out. It's still a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anakin's got to come in. They have their big talk right there. He's deflecting the lightning.
He goes from like old man to like wrinkled and grizzled, like right here. That using that
force lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It zaps him up. Makes him
so anyway.
Oldinated. Okay, go
all
on.
Right,
you're
fast
getting
forward to it so I can get to the story.
Well, you can get to the story.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can. I was going to throw it up. But Samuel L. Jackson has said he wants a Disney Plus show for Mace Windu, and he recently said in an interview, I have three words to say on Mace Windu's death scene. He's not dead. Two more words to sure stroke fans' imagination. He responded on the subject of what he would want to do in a Mace Windu centric Disney Plus series. Two words. He said everything. Yes. So Samuel L. Jackson wants a Mace Windu show as much as you do.
Yeah. So
yeah, he wants a payday.
Of course. Yeah. He's stacking checks up in his house. Of course he wants it.
I think that's a good idea. The story behind Samuel L. Jackson is not my favorite person, but he was a huge Star Wars fan. And when he heard that George Lucas was doing the first three, he got in touch with their people and was like, look, I want to be in the movie. I just want to be in the background. I want to be in a stormtrooper outfit. I want to be something.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we'll take care of you. And he said when he came in, they were like, look, he didn't know what he was. And when he got in the robes, he thought to himself, sweet, I'm a Jedi. And then he realized that he was one of the main freaking Jedis and whatnot. His lightsaber has BMF on it.
Does it really?
You can't see. I don't think you can see it in the movie, but his lightsaber has BMF on it.
Isn't
His
he in all
lightsaber's
three
purple.
movies? I think he's in all three movies because in the first one he's on the council and they just sit in a chair basically. In the second
Yeah.
one, there's the fight in the pit, and he's fighting people with the lightsaber. And then in the third one, he has this.
In the
big scene.
second one, he slices the head off of one of the baddest bounty hunters in the
Right.
universe
Yeah.
with one
Django-
freaking flick of his wrist. A
Django
bounty
Fett.
hunter so bad and so awesome that they used him to clone an entire freaking army
Yeah.
from him. And Mace Windu's just like flick
Yeah.
gone.
All right.
People overlook stuff like that, but me, I'm a storyteller. I look at crap like that like, oh my God, he's a badass. That's
So,
how powerful
I mean,
he
look,
is.
I would give a Samuel L. Jackson Mace Windu Star Wars TV show a shot, even if it's Disney
Absolutely.
Plus. I would definitely watch the first episode probably, and
Mace Windu with a couple of arms,
right?
robotic arms. He's
Yeah.
grown his hair out, grown
Yeah.
his beard out light and long, grown his hair out long, and it's in white dreadlocks. This is how I envisioned it in my story. He's got robotic arms. They don't look human like Luke's did. They're still robotic.
Like mechanical. Yeah.
Mechanical. He's got long dreadlocks and he's got a long white beard. It's that dirty white
Yeah.
old black man beard that's white, but it's still kind of,
Yeah. Kind of yellowed. Dirty.
yeah, because black people's hair is different than white people's hair. It's
Yeah,
most of the time
sure.
it's just a different texture. It is. I had a conversation with my black friend about that whole subject one night. It was very interesting because I didn't know. So yeah, that's how I envision Mace. He looks. Can you imagine him? He looks badass in my mind.
Sure.
Sitting there like that, he'd look badass in a TV show.
Yes.
Those dreadlocks having little somethings on them. Little, they've got little charms
It
and
would
trinkets and
take
stuff.
something incredible because so far everything that has been Star Wars has been disappointing. And I'm talking everything.
Everything coming out of there, it seems. I mean, superhero movies have been disappointing. So
yes, that's true. They're bad, and part of my brain is thinking like, well, that Shield show didn't work out so great. You forgot it even aired. We've all forgotten it even aired.
No, I loved that show.
Okay.
I liked that. That was a good,
it is.
That didn't have really, I mean, it was kind of, yeah, it's still Marvel Universe, but I looked at the Shield show as a comic book.
Sure.
It was a comic book series called Shield.
It is.
And I got to, and this series, this story was about this, and this story was about this, and this story was about this. I liked it.
There are things that enter the public consciousness of pop culture and they don't leave. They stay. And there's things that enter and they leave and they're gone and you forgot about them. And honestly, the Shield show is one of many that have just kind of passed through.
Yeah, but JJ, I have never been one since I was a little 5-year-old kid to ever flow with what everybody else was doing in society. I'm seriously, and I don't do it just to buck up against people. I was the guy that they're like, hey man, that movie really sucked. That movie really sucked. Don't watch that movie. Everybody says the movie sucked. I watched the movie and I'm like, what sucked about it?
Yeah.
I can't, I've always been that way.
And it's not that
I'm doing it on
I'm
purpose.
not giving you an opinion of it. I'm saying like people are not talking about this stuff. It's not like
I agree with you.
Okay, so let me go back to I think it was.
I was trying to do a segue 5 minutes ago. I set up a segue 5
talking.
minutes ago when you kept talking.
Captain America, I think Winter Soldier or whichever one was the Hydra one. People were talking like Hail Hydra for like 2 years after that.
Because people are programmable.
Oh, okay. So which is it? Is it things are good and people are programmed that they're bad, or they're programmed to be good, they're programmed to think they're good? I'm saying like I think not everything sticks with people. And a lot of the stuff, especially at a Disney.
What are you getting to here? I understand what you're saying, and I agree.
I'll give it a chance, but like I have very little faith in Disney.
That's you could have said that. We all know that.
All right.
I would have bet. I'm not a gambling man, but I would have bet the house that you won't watch a Disney show. What I was getting to was that everything sucks. Everything sucked. Marvel sucked too. But according to the new Deadpool trailer, they will maybe fix that.
Oh,
Do you want to watch it?
Yes, I have. I
have
haven't
it
seen.
up?
I haven't seen the whole trailer. No, I thought you had it.
Oh no, I don't
I
have
had
it.
that.
I'm a
I had the
lazy
teaser
ass.
trailer.
Yeah.
You said that there was a teaser and a longer trailer.
Well, this one may be the longer. Yeah, this one is the one. So I've got it right here.
You
Hang
have
on.
it?
Yeah, hang on. I want to pause it and show you stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You do it. You drive.
Okay. So here we go. Whatever medium, don't shut us down.
Happy birthday to you.
Look, we have Mohinder and Big Al.
It's been a challenging few years, for sure.
I
I'm
like
happy.
Marina Baccarin.
That is because of each and every one of you.
We're firefighters.
I'm the luckiest man alive.
Make a wish, buddy.
So wait a minute. Let me rewind that. And so there's the one guy that's in the I can't remember his name. Look, Shatterstar.
So he's not
That's,
dead.
that's Shatterstar.
I thought he was dead.
So this is one of the theories. By watching this trailer, you remember how he went back in time and fixed and got Vanessa back and all that? They're theorizing that he went back and saved his team.
Okay.
Because there's Shatterstar right there.
Yeah. All right.
All right, okay. It's been a challenging few years, for sure. But I'm happy. That is because of each and every one of you. I'm the luckiest man alive.
That
Make
hair
a wish,
looks
buddy.
so weird.
Right. It's great.
Wade Wilson?
Who's asking?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Is that supposed to be scary? Pegging isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney.
No, that's the door from like
Yeah, from what?
the Loki show. The Loki show. Yeah,
From the TFA.
Soiled yourself while unconscious.
I wasn't unconscious. Who are you? Why am I here?
Walk with me. Wade, you are special. This is your chance to be a hero among heroes.
Oh, okay.
Let's go back and look at the
Captain,
TV screen.
that's a Captain America movie. Go back a little bit further.
I smell what you're stepping.
Oh yeah, I went back.
Okay,
There's Iron Man.
That one in the middle, that's from Age of Ultron.
Avengers.
And
Oh yeah,
that's from Thor Ragnarok.
or Ragnarok.
What is that? Which
I don't
Iron
see
Man is
anything else.
that? Which Iron Man is that?
I don't know. There's that that bridge in New York. I don't know.
Okay.
Definitely Avengers type
Is
stuff.
there any
'cause-
stuff on the little screens? I don't. That's all.
no, I was looking. There's a human right here. Looks like he's in the Oval Office or something. Could the
Yeah.
background maybe?
And that's
I don't see anything else on
that's-
the other screen.
Captain America, but that's not from the first Captain America movie. I think that's from.
I smell what you're
I
stepping
think that's from Winter Soldier.
in, Sensei. Your little cinematic
Okay,
universe is
Whoa.
about to
Hold on.
change.
So I want you to
Is
see that
about
right
to
there.
change. Your little cinematic
Who does that look like?
universe.
It's kind of a small head on a body, but I mean it's bald, so
Just
So,
look at it.
Professor-
With first person.
I smell
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you're
Right.
stepping.
Okay. So there's a theory.
Professor
But it's
Professor
okay.
X.
Let it out.
Your little cinematic universe is about to change forever.
Okay. There's another little scene. You
Yeah,
see
yeah,
the
yeah,
patch version of Logan.
Change forever.
So they're
Okay,
saying that
so-
this might be Mandapore, because
Right,
I
yeah,
bet
yeah,
you
yeah.
when we see him there, he's going to turn around. He's in his white tuxedo, and I guarantee you, he's got a patch over his eye.
My patch right there.
I'm the Messiah. I am Marvel cheese.
Okay, I wanted to see that right there. I wanted to see what picks this dude up. You can't.
So all of the
I don't know what that was.
all of the photos that I've seen for the last couple months indicate that this is like the void planet at the end of in the Loki show where
It might be because look, it looks like smoke.
yeah, so that might be the smoke monster from that show.
Now look, okay, this confirms a little theory I had. Look at the there's the American flag back there.
So-
Look at the motorcycles are kind of old school.
Yeah, that's like World War II type stuff.
Okay, so I have a theory.
Oh my God!
That's another one I wanted to point out. Look at that.
What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
What is that? Is that a?
There's theories of Doom bot.
Oh, you think so?
The theories. All right.
God, I love this.
Who's that?
Uh,
Imagine that guy with goggles on,
is
holding
that
holding a flame.
Oh, it says Pyro right there on screen.
Oh,
Is that
Pyro,
the guy
it
from
says Pyro.
Is that the guy from like X-Men 2?
That's Pyro, one of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Yeah, but
That's
wasn't
Pyro.
he in X-Men? He was like in X-Men, or
I
maybe
think
Last
so.
Stand.
Yeah, he was in one of them. Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, he was in one of them. I don't know who this
Okay.
is.
Oh, we got.
Wait!
Oh, hey, I gotta get a conference call, dude.
Okay. All right. So anyway, the theory is that the bad guy could either be Doctor Doom or Cassandra Nova. Cassandra Nova from X-Men. She was Professor X's parasitic twin. So that's one of the theories. So all right, JJ has got to run.
We gotta talk more about that.
Yeah, we
tomorrow.
want to talk more about that. But yeah, we're pressed for time on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
I gotta get on a conference call. So
All right.
here's
Yeah,
our
we can
new
go.
outro.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Tune in now to your Two Dads show. JJ and Deacon, they're the ones that know. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the